The rise of orthorexia, fear-based influencer marketing. We're going to talk about it. Grab your coffee. It's going to be a good one.
Let's go.
Do you know what that is?
I have no idea what it is. Zero.
You're looking at me like, what the hell?
I don't know what it is.
What the hell are we?
I'm going to learn something else new this week. Sounds like.
Well, it's a condition that is on the rise based because of influencer marketing, creating fear-based marketing around food. So we're going to get into that in a little bit.
Sounds good.
But we've been having so much fun with the funny videos, actually. It goes hand in hand with this topic.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of poking fun at the people that are doing this.
Yes.
And so that's why I thought it was fun. But those are fun.
Oh, I get what it is now.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've been having fun, though. Hopefully you guys have been following along. If you're not following us on Instagram, Mike is at Esco Elite Mindset, and I'm at Jay's Body Bootcamp. But stay tuned because that name is changing at the end of the month.
New beginnings.
New beginnings. The name is changing because we're making some changes around here. So make sure you tune in because we've been posting some funny videos. Also, though, if you have ideas for anything you do want us to do, like I know some people are like, oh, we want to know like Trader Joe's staples, Sprouts staples, Walmart staples. So we can do, our top 5 things. We did do a Costco, which by the time this episode comes out, that video will be up. We did our some of 5 high protein options at Costco that we like that are convenient and budget friendly.
Yeah, that was people just don't know. You think they know, but they don't know. Mm-mm. For us, it's easy, but people don't know what to get. Even our own clients have to keep beating into them. Get this, get this, get this. I keep telling them.
Yeah, and I think that's what we have to remind ourselves constantly. It's easy for us because we've been doing this for a really long time, but people, they get stagnant in the ideas.
They do.
They lose ideas, and that's when they lose motivation. If you're like, bo-hum, I don't know what to eat, blah, blah, blah.
There you go.
You get bored.
And then what happens?
Yeah, then you fall off.
Then you start going through the drive-thru, slipping and eating out and spending a lot of money that you don't have.
Exactly. All right, you guys, remember to subscribe to us here on YouTube, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'm going to put a QR code up on the screen. Scan that QR code. That has the links to our Instagram, our TikTok, as well as where you can find us in the audio version. So I'd really appreciate if you can go over there and leave us a review. And yeah, so what I am doing, and I wanted to talk about it here, I mentioned that I'm going to change my Instagram name. So that name is changing at the end of the month, and I'll reveal that when we get a little closer. But I've officially changed the name for my BBC program. And my BBC program is still going to be BBC because we all love a good acronym.
Yes.
But it is not a boot camp.
No.
So the name didn't match what the program was.
Yeah.
And it was driving me crazy.
I kept telling you that.
I know.
For a while now.
Yeah.
But now it finally hit you. Sometimes some things just need to hit you like, okay, he's right.
It's not that. I knew you were right, and it bothered me that I needed to change it.
Yeah.
Because I knew how much work is involved.
Yes, of
My
course.
Instagram name is Jay's Body Bootcamp.
I know.
I'm like, Instagram, all the marketing material. I have to redo a bunch of videos, and I have to change a lot of things, but I am really trying to grow this community. And the demographic that I'm trying to reach, the word boot camp scares them.
Yes.
It scares them. They're like, no.
Because they're associated with military boot camp.
They think it's like
hard work.
burpees.
Yes.
They think it's those.
They're going to have they're going to be hitting their stomach, touching their toes, and they're doing burpees, and they're flying in there like Supermans.
Although I just did a 12 days of fitness for my BBC, and on the 12th day is 12 nutcrackers cracking, but it's burpees.
You had to throw it in there.
So they have to do 12 burpees and then all the other things to finish it off.
Damn.
It was fun, though. And you know what's crazy?
That's fun.
Everybody, there's a good amount of participation in December. I'm impressed.
Right. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, because there's like a leaderboard or there's like a board and I can see everyone that's done it. You can even see who's doing it right now. Like you can see it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, so the program name, by the way, is Staying BBC, but it's Bold, Balanced, and Confident. It's the Bold, Balanced, and Confident program because it is about being bold and making decisions. Being bold, meaning you are going against the grain for what midlife is supposed to be like.
Bingo.
You are, not succumbing to the marketing of that we're supposed to look like the Golden Girls when we hit menopause and midlife.
Not in 2025.
You don't have to be in midlife to be in the program, but it's going to set you up real good for when you are.
Yeah.
And we're doing so much more than just a weight loss journey. It's a total lifestyle, body, mind transformation. So it's bold, balanced, because we do things in a very balanced way. We have to have room for fun, room for treats, room for food that we love, all the things.
Yeah, because part of this, it's a journey, it's a marathon. We're not sprinting to get to the goal right away. We want to be able to enjoy the process along the way. Mm-hmm. And if you do have a few bumps along the way and you overindulge, it's okay. Nobody's going to you're going to yell at you and you messed up.
Yeah.
We're not stepping on stage and competing. I think people have this thing in their head, like they have to be a certain way by a certain weight or a certain body type by a certain month, by like 3 months, 6 months. Like, no, if you don't hit that, then keep going. The clock's going forward anyways.
Yeah, so it's not about that. It is about learning how to set goals and keep promises to yourself. And a lot of that, obviously the basics, macro tracking, fitness, all of that still applies. But the C is confidence, meaning, you're going to build your confidence.
Yep.
That's really
very important to have that. So very important to just walk around anywhere and just be glowing, just knowing you're confident, not so like timid. Because we see everybody these days that looks so timid and the confidence is gone. You can see it.
Yeah, and part of the confidence comes from not only what you're doing, but because you know where you're going. Like without a doubt, you're in the right space, you're going to get to where you want to be. So you're like confident in the journey, even though you're not there yet.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. That's exciting. If you want to get on the wait list, because the doors only open into the program a few times a year. So that still stays the same. Doors only open a few times a year. Make sure you are on the wait list for BBC 16. That QR code that I had you scan earlier in the show, it'll come up again on the screen throughout the show. Make sure you scan it because there's a wait list on there. You can tap on that and join the wait list because there's lots of cool things besides the regular program. We're also going to do workshops every round. Every time we do a new round, it's going to be a new theme, and we're going to do workshops. And coming in BBC 16, which will start officially mid-January, is a Love Yourself First workshop. It's going to be focused on self-care and establishing routines, which is very important. It's a good baseline to start in January. And then Alyssa's going to do a workshop, a fitness 101, like weightlifting 101.
Yeah.
Just to give people like things that they probably don't even know.
Exactly.
A good foundation.
You need that.
Yeah.
You need that. You need that going forward. You need that for your journey. And that's something you take with you forever. Like once you learn that, then
right.
You know,
like riding a bike.
Part of it. Exactly. You need training wheels, right?
Yeah.
You don't just jump on a bike and
I mean, talking the basics. Like most people don't know like how many reps, what is a rep? All the way down to what is a rep? What is a set? They don't even know what that means.
Yes.
How many sets should I be doing? How many reps? Obviously, your program comes with a workout, but sometimes people just go about that workout and they're not even, because it's all tracked in the app, but they're not really connecting with what does the rep mean? What does the set mean? So when someone says till failure, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? You're right.
So a lot of the basics so that everyone is going to start the year off with a really good foundation and on, like a really good foundation and ready to get going towards those 2025 goals. So that's the theme for BBC 16. But every round, there will be a new theme. And along with the theme will come some sort of bonus workshop in addition to my Zoom calls. I'll still do the coaches chat Zoom calls.
Yeah.
I love those. That's when everyone kind of really gets to know each other.
I mean, you do Zoom calls. We go live, Instagram, YouTube. So that you're all over the place,
Yeah.
And we're always dropping game on them.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Make sure you guys get on the wait list for the program. I actually do have a few testimonials to read about the program.
There you go.
But let's go ahead and take a break for MegaFit meals. We'll be right back. When it comes to hitting your macros, MegaFit Meals makes it so easy with their delicious macro-friendly meal prep options. Mike and I are constantly on the go these days, and these meals are a lifesaver during some of our busiest weeks. Whether you're craving chicken tenders, pizza, filet mignon, or even pasta, MegaFit Meals has something for everyone. All meals are high in protein, made with quality ingredients, and designed to help you crush your health and fitness goals. And the best part, there's no subscription required, so you can order as you need. Save time without sacrificing nutrition. And if you want to try it for yourself, use our link in the description and enter code Jeanine for a discount. That's code JEANINE. MegaFit Meals has you covered. All right. Some people piped in on my post with some really nice comments. This is just a few of them. Girl Eats Travels Laughs says, hey, I have lost 11 pounds since joining BBC back in July. BBC 13, 14, and 15. I've struggled with what to do, eat, all the things, and have learned so much each boot camp. I'll be a member of BBC 16 too. So she's still obviously calling it boot camp because I only announced it today to them.
Yeah.
That it's now just BBC. Lieber457 says, I'm still part of BBC. I joined the beginning of BBC 13 and still in BBC 15. I will rejoin BBC 16. I have learned so much from Jeanine, from learning how to count macros, how to make healthy choices in my new way of eating. I love my exercises and the fun games that come along as extra fun. I also love my BBC sisters. We chat every day and help each other if we need it. I lost 20 pounds so far and have loved every minute of it. I love the BBC sisters. How cute is that?
Yeah.
TJE24 says, BBC 10, BBC 13, BBC 14, BBC 15, and Forever BBC.
Wow.
I love Jeanine's approach, the app, and the community. It's not a boot camp. It's a lifestyle with like-minded ladies going through the ups and downs of life while staying consistent in their health and wellness journey, reaching physique goals and beyond. So cool, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. They lift each other up, and everybody pushes each other, and when one soldier falls, the other one comes up behind and picks them up. Like, you got this.
Yeah, and let me tell you, running this group is what really makes me realize, like, man, everybody's going through things.
Right.
Like,
I was going to say that.
Things.
Like,
serious things.
Yes.
You have a relatively small group of people, and in the course of a month or two, they experience literally everything that life has to dish out.
Right.
Death, grief, loss of a pet, loss of a parent, loss of a friend.
Yes.
Mental health struggles, addiction. So, I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. All those things touch everybody.
It does.
It really does.
Nobody's going to escape this life without life issues.
No, so you have to figure out how to deal with life issues.
Yes, you do. Because they're going to come.
Yeah.
And you got to be ready for that.
I think that's it. I think that is so important because people need to know you can't waste your time just trying to have a perfect life. Stop trying to have a perfect life because it's never going to be perfect. You need to spend time learning how to deal with an imperfect life and be happy anyway.
True. Yeah, because life has its peaks and valleys, has its highs and lows. When it's high, you better ride that wave, baby. But when it's low, you better be ready. Like, all right, I'm not in the right space. I might be in a funk, but just know that you're going to come out of that. Everybody's been there. God knows I've been there. I've been deep down in that funk.
I know.
I came out of it.
Oh, man. It's just you have to really learn how to navigate it. You really do. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's take a little break for One Up Nutrition. We'll be right back. When it comes to the best supplements to support your muscle building and fat loss goals, One Up Nutrition has you covered. Their gut health supplements have been a complete game changer for me. And I have to say, their protein powders are my absolute favorites. Mike and I literally order the peanut butter cookie and lemon Italian iced protein powders by the case. They are that good. With so many delicious flavors to choose from, 1UP Nutrition makes hitting your protein goals easy and enjoyable. So whether you're looking for supplements, protein powders, or anything in between, shop 1UP Nutrition for all your needs. And don't forget to use Jeanine to save at checkout. That's code JEANINE. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Let's discuss orthorexia. It's on the rise because of these dumbass, what is BioLane calls them, charlatans.
Charlatans, yeah.
So orthorexia is a fear that manifests as an unhealthy obsession with eating only pure or clean foods. It's influenced by social trends, misinformation, and increasingly the rise of social media, where influencers promote fear-based messaging around certain foods and ingredients. This is why I tell people to stop obsessing over ingredient labels,
God.
Because it doesn't end. If you start going down that rabbit hole,
yeah,
you are setting yourself up for paranoia.
Yeah.
Because it will not end.
No. It's kind of like the movement against Kellogg's right now with the whole food dyes and the cereal. Yes, we get that that's bad. But that's the least furthest of your problems. You got to start eating better to fix yourself instead of worrying about dyes. They worry about the chemicals and the ingredients.
Right.
Yeah,
they're not grasping at the low-hanging fruit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is them.
And a lot of, and not to say that I disagree with, like if there's certain things in the food that are harming us, absolutely remove them or ban them or whatever. However,
facts.
My dad's 84, still alive, didn't pay attention to my mom worked at Kellogg's, by the way, 35 years. 35 years. We ate
those waffles,
cereal and waffles every day for 35 years. My mom, my dad, that's not the issue. Okay, my mom did not. My mom died, sure, probably because of the waffles. Probably ate too many goddamn waffles because her issues were related to obesity.
Yeah.
Okay, so the low-hanging fruit is what people keep overlooking. But the problem is, it's because the influence of social media, you get these people, and what happens is, it's very like those type of videos that go viral. Yes. So when a social media influencer that's just chasing followers and clout,
clickbait,
they will attach themselves to something that is like the hot button of the moment. Yes. And they'll just, hammer it hard. So, you've got, what's that guy, what's his name? Is it Paul Saladino, whatever, that walks through the grocery store?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh my God, and he's just like...
He's a doctor too, isn't he? Or is he a chiropractor?
I don't know. I don't believe anybody that says doctor anymore until I see that it says, their last name says MD. Because if they're a doctor of medicine, they will call themselves, they will put MD.
Yeah.
Or...
chiropractors don't count, sorry.
I mean, that's a whole other topic. But you've got to ask yourself, and there's a handful of them that I can't stand. And they always have an agenda that they're pushing on that back end too. A product.
There you go. A supplement.
Yep. A specific type of diet.
Read the fine print, you guys. It's like the commercial. Read the fine print. There's always something.
The fact of the matter is, I don't worry about red dye. Why is that? Why do you think I don't worry about it?
Because you have everything in order.
Because
you're eating balanced. You're eating the food that serves you best for your nutrition. Right. You're loving the food. You're getting your steps in, exercise, your sleep, hydration. You're doing all the important things that you need to be doing.
Right, but really, the point I'm trying to get at, if you don't overconsume junk food, and it's a moderate thing, it's a once in a while thing, it's a treat, you don't overconsume it, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to affect you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The sun kills people.
Yes, it does.
Okay, but I'm not on the roof laying out on foil with baby oil on.
Do you remember they used to tell us that? Avoid the sun at all costs. It causes cancer. Remember that little...
Then do you know what happened after that? People overcorrect.
Yes.
Because my mother, my grandmother, they were petrified of getting sun. They wore hats and sunblock and covered up in scarves. My mom was so severely vitamin D deficient that contributed also to her health problems. People overcorrect.
1,000%.
They do it in everything.
So the people who are in New York that went through that crisis, one of the main factors they all had in common, vitamin D deficiency.
Yes.
That succumbed to their death.
Yes.
And this came from our friend of ours who's a nurse working in the thick of it.
Yeah, it was a common denominator in all of those people.
Yep.
Obesity and vitamin D deficiency.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy, but what happens is it fosters anxiety in people, and then they start over-fixating on ingredients labels now. And they don't even know why. They don't know why.
They just
can't
do it
even tell you why.
They do it because everybody else is doing it.
It's a buzzword.
But do you see the point you're making though, that people are overlooking? Everybody's like sheep. They all follow the herd. It says, like, let me step back. Hold up. Let me see if this is legit. Mm-hmm. But no, they just go verbatim and gospel and it says it in the Bible, so I'm going to follow this. But no, you have to take a step back and see if it's for real.
Right. So I will question things sometimes. Like a client will be like, oh, should I eat that though? It has seed oils. I'm like, oh, okay, let me ask you something. Why are you concerned about, what makes you concerned about the seed oil? Well, I heard it causes inflammation. I'm like, oh, okay. So have you been told that you have elevated inflammatory markers? Or are you concerned about are you personally experiencing inflammation and and it's not due to the excess body fat by chance, but have you had that causes inflammation too,
Yes, it does.
So, it's not something that it doesn't concern me because I don't have elevated, markers of inflammation in my blood work. I get my blood work done. If it did, then maybe you're like, you know what? I should avoid this, that, and the other. If something like, hey, your LDL is elevated, you know what? I need to watch my saturated fat because me personally, I need to watch it. When you live a life of balance, hello, B, the B in BBC, balance, the key is to not overdo anything. Stop overcorrecting.
Yeah.
Because that's what people do. They overcorrect. And then it causes a problem. Look at history, okay? Fats are bad. Fats are so bad.
Remember that?
Fats are so bad.
Fat-free. So guess what people did? They went and bought everything with fat-free thinking, what's fat-free? It's healthy for me.
My mom, fat-free.
The hostess, they're fat-free so I can have as many as I want.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? They're packing on weight because it's full of sugar.
That's not the only problem. What happened to the fat-free movement? Well, I'm sure the dentists loved it.
Yes.
Because your people's teeth were messed up, their hair, skin, nails, their hair's falling out. Fat is essential. People were malnutrient. They were not getting their nutrients.
It's like the whole egg police. Still, to this day, some people believe, but whole eggs has cholesterol or fat.
Dietary cholesterol is not the same as plaque in your arteries.
Exactly.
Now, do some people need to be more mindful of their egg consumption because of their own personal history? Yes. But again, it's not, people take things as gospel, as blanket statements.
Yes, they do.
And yes, I understand. I think it's important to be mindful. And that's why I love Dr. Andrew Huberman, because he will come out with information, about microplastics and things like that.
Yep.
And he'll talk about it, but he will always say, listen, this does not mean that you go home and you throw out every single bit of plastic in your house. But some people will take information about microplastics and it creates a buildup of toxins in your body and all of that, right? They'll take that and think they can't have any plastic. It's no, just be mindful of maybe don't heat up a plastic water bottle in a microwave or,
Yeah.
It's knowledge for you to be mindful and make mindful decisions so you're not recklessly, contributing to an issue. But in most cases, if you live a balanced lifestyle with moderation and you don't overconsume, and the way I know you don't overconsume is the way you look.
That's it.
Because if you're overweight, you are a product of overconsumption of something. And it's probably not broccoli.
Yeah.
It's probably red dye, Skittles and Cheez-Its and Cheetos and everything that has the dye in it.
Exactly.
And it's probably fast food. And you probably have high markers of inflammation in your body. You probably, take down a bag of Lay's chips or whatever. Yeah, so it's the overconsumption, right? Am I concerned with a serving of chips that I might have once or twice a week? I don't care what oils are in it. I want the one that I like, and I'm going to eat that. The difference is I'm eating a serving. I'm putting it on the little scale. Okay, 28 grams, boom. I love my chips. I'm eating the ones I like. I'm satisfied. Done. Instead of trying to find the perfect ingredients, which mind you,
or eat perfect, I'm just going to eat bland because everything has chemicals or everything's bad for me. Guess what? You're not going to last very long on that. And guess what? You're going to go back to your old habits, your old behavior, and you're going to break. We've been doing this so long, you will break. Even competitors who competed on a professional level in the whole fitness, bodybuilding, they break, they give in. So balance is the best way you can
right. And let me ask
combat that.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so if somebody, they start hyperfixating. They're like, I'm going to clean up everything. Oh, I know you tell me I can eat this and that moderate. No, the dyes and the seed oils, I'm going to avoid everything. Organic, grass-fed, everything perfect, bland, whatever. They're going to read the ingredients. And then what happens? When they do break, what do? What happens? Does that information fall out of their brain? Because then they just go in the complete other direction. Because I never see someone then just overconsume all of their clean stuff.
Never.
No. When they break, they go all the way to the other side.
They go all the way. They don't just say, I'm just going to overconsume chicken breast, broccoli, tilapia, rice, cauliflower. Not at all.
Organic and this and that.
Yeah. These are the foods that are good for you.
Yeah.
They just go F it, I'm going to the drive-thru and I'm going to go nuts.
So my question is, what the hell happened? It was so bad. Now instead of doing all the things, now you're doing none of the things.
Too restrictive, in my opinion. They restricted themselves.
And that's the problem. And it's perpetuated right now. And it's creating serious problems for people because they get overwhelmed because they think they can't do it right because it's impossible to avoid all of these things. So they just do nothing at all. That's what it creates. It creates and perpetuates all or nothing.
Yeah. All or nothing is dangerous.
Let's take a little break for Transcend and we'll be right back. You guys know that Mike and I embarked on our HRT and peptide journey last year, and we are absolutely loving it. It's been a game changer for both of us. And if you've ever wondered why you should consider HRT or peptide therapy, let me break it down for you. Everyone's needs are unique. That's why Transcend is all about creating a personalized plan just for you. They'll start by evaluating your blood work, taking into account how you feel and what your goals are, and then help you find a solution tailored to optimize your health and wellness. What makes it so effective? It's targeted treatment, finally address specific deficiencies and imbalances that might have been holding you back for years. Boost your body's natural functions. These therapies can kickstart and support your body's processes, giving you that extra edge. Enhance your well-being. Imagine boosting your mood, increasing your energy, and just feeling better overall in your day-to-day life. And lastly, longevity. It's not just about feeling good now, it's about supporting healthy aging and preventing chronic conditions down the road. Transcend will guide you every step of the way. So if you're ready to take your health and energy to the next level, start your own HRT or peptide journey with Transcend today. Remember to use our link www.transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite, 15% off for new patients. Speaking of Transcend, we need to discuss the December promotions.
Yes.
So the December promotions are so good, you guys. If you had thought about working with Transcend, now is the time. Go to our link. We'd really appreciate it that you use our link. It's transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite. And you can get your blood work done 25% off. They never do, because they can't really discount that because it's another lab, but they're giving you 25% off of blood work.
Yeah, and it's good to know what's going on inside of you. You know, what your blood is doing, everything is doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
a no-brainer.
It's like a running a diagnostic check for your beautiful car. This is your vehicle, your one and only vehicle. That's it. So you get to know what's going on. Because you might be able to catch something.
I'm telling you guys, I'm finally feeling like the effects of my peptides must be working. I recently hit a body fat percentage and a weight that I have not been in over a decade. Like right now, I'm lighter than I've been in over a decade. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And, and then I kind of freaked out because I stepped on the scale, it was 119. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm like, I hope I'm not losing muscle. So I looked at my muscle thing and I'm like, nope, not losing muscle. Because I could be pushing harder right now. In the last few weeks, I've been doing the bare minimum in weights and I've been doing not a lot of steps, but my nutrition's been on point.
Yeah.
Most of it's nutrition, but I did enough with weights to sustain my muscle. I actually gained a smidge. So that made me feel good because when I saw the weight drop, I kind of thought, oh, shoot, I hope it's not lean muscle. And I'm like, that's got to be like the 5-amino 1MQ that I'm taking. It probably has got to be helping it because that's crazy to think. And so I'm 119, 22% body fat. When I started with Transcend, I think I was like 28% body fat. And I was 120, I think I was like 122 when I started. I had lost weight. Remember, I had went on a strict calorie deficit before starting with Transcend.
Yeah.
I lost my weight, and then I started with them. But I was 122, but my body fat was 28% body fat.
So you're down 6%.
I'm down to 22% body fat, so 6%. You're right.
Which is
in a
lot.
year. It's been a year. 6% body fat, and I'm down only 3 pounds.
But see?
But 6% body fat.
But that's what people don't understand sometimes. Is that's what you want. You want, yes, you want to lose weight, but you want to trim the fat.
Right.
And build the lean muscle.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to help you in the long run is the lean muscle.
Yeah.
It's going to speed up your metabolism.
No, I know.
Metabolize your fat better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why it's so funny because you'd think I would have been doing like the happy dance when I first stepped on the scale. I kind of panicked like, oh, shoot. Because I know that I haven't been giving it my all with the weights, with the exercising, just because life has been a little crazy. So I've been getting the lift sessions in, but they could be better sessions.
Yeah.
And then I haven't been doing as many steps. I've been, but what I did do, I'm like, all right, I'm in a really good place right now. I'm 22% body fat, 119 pounds. What'd I do? I got on the phone with my daughter. She's the head of the fitness department over here at Esco Elite. And I'm like, all right, I need an Alyssa Morris workout. I need boulder shoulders. And I told her all the things I wanted. She put in my workout together.
Somebody asked us what that was, remember?
Well, yeah, what's a boulder shoulder? I'm like, I want them. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Rocks
makes your physique look more powerful.
Yeah, and it makes you look hourglass. Because
tapered. Yep.
It creates the illusion of more curves.
Yes.
But I love it. I love a strong shoulder. I love a good back. But anyway, so she's putting together that workout for me. And she works with us, just so you guys know, full transparency. She's on the team. She's on Team Esco Elite.
Yep.
She helps us with our putting together a custom program. She specializes. She's NASM certified bodybuilder, competitor, and specializes in aesthetics in fitness and form and technique as well. But aesthetics and sculpting. Like knowing what muscle to build to create the shape that you want.
Exactly. She's good with that.
Yeah. So I'm excited. So I'm starting with her. I am starting with her. And she's going to be offering for our clients on our team only. So not like publicly, but to our team, the ability to purchase virtual sessions with her. So I'm going to do some virtual sessions with her as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I want to take it up a notch. I'm at a really good point. I personally am a fan of stripping down and then building from there. I'm not into bulking. I want to bulk. I never want to bulk. It's not my forte. I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to be bulky.
Speaking of bulk, you're going to laugh at this, and I know you know who I'm talking about because I had to kind of correct him in a nice about way. I was like, bro, you have to stop saying that. He said bulk cutting. I said, there's no such thing as bulk cutting, bro. He said, I'm bulk cutting.
Who did that? Bulk cutting. So what you need to do when someone says something, because sometimes they just call something.
Yeah. Sounds like 90s bro science.
No, but when somebody says something, to me too, they'll tell me, a client will say something. I'm like, what is your goal? That's always my question. People probably are so tired when I say that because they'll like say
What's your specific
what they think they
goals?
want. But I'm
Yes.
like, what is it that you want? Because a lot of times they're like, I feel like I'm getting too skinny and I don't know, like I think I need to just put on muscle. And I'm like, okay, so what is your goal? And the first thing out of their mouth 9 times out of 10 is, well, I want to lose my pooch. I'm like, okay, so your goal is fat loss. Because when we started the conversation, your goal was you feel too skinny and you want to build muscle. You cannot go into a surplus or like start putting on muscle if you have a significant amount of fat that you still want to lose. Because in the process of putting muscle on, you're going to gain a little bit of body fat with it.
Yes.
The key is to minimize that, and we can do that. We can keep it real lean. And I personally, that's why I said, you have to ask them, what do they mean and what's their goal? Because they just might be saying it wrong, but I personally call it, or everybody calls it something different. I call it a lean bulk. It's a lean bulk, meaning you don't put on, you're not eating in a surplus. You're kind of towing the line at maintenance, but you have more calories to give yourself more push. We can even push it a little bit into a surplus as long as they know that it comes with body fat. I will always tell them, like, listen, I don't want to hear you crying when the scale goes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's part of the process of what we're doing. So it just depends. Set expectations and make sure that what their goal is. Who was, you can't tell me who it was, I'm assuming, but what did they say? What's a bulk?
Nothing. I just had to
cut?
correct them. Like, there's no such thing as that. I broke it down to what it is. I go, either you're bulking, a clean bulk, like you're leaning, you're putting on muscle, surplus of calories, you're going to gain a little body fat, or you're cutting, bro. You can't, there's no such thing. And I even went and said, you know what, I'm going to just Google for the hell of it. I sit in the Google thing like,
well, it's like bulking and cutting. That's like a double negative.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like they cancel each other out.
I believe BioLane talked about that too.
I like to call that, no, but what I like to call it is a recomp.
There you go. That's what it said on the thing.
It's a recomp.
Yes.
So and what happens is, again, it's all about setting expectations, because in a recomp, the scale won't move a lot, or it'll bounce around up and down like the same 2 to 3 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds up, 2 to 3 pounds down. It's going to float around there. And what a recomp is you're losing body fat, but very little bit. It's what I've been doing. I'll show you my charts. It's exactly what I've been doing for 3 months. I've been recomping, meaning I'm in a small deficit. I still want to lose body fat. I don't want to halt the body fat. So I'm in a small deficit. And while I'm in that deficit, I want to put on muscle. But guess what happens? It's slow.
Slow.
The muscle gain is slow and the fat loss is slow.
Yeah.
So a recomp is you're shifting, you're trading, you're moving body fat over to the lean muscle category. So when you do that, the scale stays relatively flat.
Yep.
And so for me, in 3 months, that's 12 weeks, right? In 12 weeks, I lost 3 pounds. That's it. 3 pounds in a slight deficit, in a little deficit. I would say I was in a little more than just a recomp. I was still wanting to lose a good amount of body fat.
But that was more important to you. The scale, not so much the number on the scale, but losing the body fat.
I wanted to see the body fat come down without muscle coming down.
Yes.
And that's why you do recomp too, because let's be real. In a traditional cut where you're losing more rapidly, that's not going to happen. Your lean mass will go down and your body fat will go down.
Yep.
But if you do it correctly, like if you do it our way, you'll minimize that. And it'll be like you'll lose 80% of it will be body fat, 20% of it will be lean muscle. But if you think that you're not going to lose lean muscle when you are losing a pound or more a week, it's not going to happen.
I mean,
you're going to lose lean muscle.
What take professional bodybuilders? What are bodybuilders doing in the off season? Men, the ones competing on the pro level, the big boys, 30, 40 pounds of weight they pack on in the off season to try to put on muscle. And then 12 weeks before the competition, they start trimming it down. But they know along the way they're going to lose some muscle, but they retain the majority of it. But the way they're doing it's all dialed in and perfect. So
because they're dialed in. When people do that without...
That's a competition style diet, yeah.
And when women, men can get away with that because you have a lot more lean mass.
Yes.
When women do that, The problem is they hide behind a bulk because they just want to take a break from dieting and they want to eat to their heart's content. But they want to still say, oh, I'm bulking. I see it a lot in like the women's bodybuilding and fitness competitors.
Yes.
But the truth is what will happen is you will put on muscle and body fat. But in the process, when you put on that much body fat and that rapidly, in the process that it will take to lose that body fat, you will lose most of the muscle that you gained. It does not work well for women. You need to do it correctly. It can't be a free-for-all. It's not a bulk and a huge surplus. It's maybe a little surplus or maybe even maintenance that always ends up being a surplus. Let's be real. So
the way I look at it is like this. Muscle is like gold. It's precious. You got to protect it. So it's gold for us. For you guys, it's double gold because it's so hard for you to already put it on compared to us. So losing it it should be a no-no because you need it for longevity. You need it for your organs to function. You're going to need strength somewhere along the line. Get up and down from a chair, in and out of a car, walk up and down stairs, just your hair, nails, skin, everything, you know?
Yeah, no, people need to swap it around when they're like, they are, losing a pound of body fat or having to lose a pound of body fat, you know exactly what you have to do. You have to cut around 3,500 calories from what you're eating. You'll lose a pound of body fat. If you lose a pound of muscle, it's a lot more work.
You just lost a lot of money.
To gain that muscle, a pound of muscle back. It's a lot of work in the gym. It's eating on point. It's getting your protein in. It's a lot of work to get it back. It won't come back without some body fat. So in order to get the pound of muscle you lost back, you got to gain maybe 2 pounds of body fat.
And we always know when someone's in off season, usually a woman's on off season, you could tell she's packing on weight. She looks thicker than usual and she's, more than likely eating her heart out, but she's also trying to build that muscle, build it up. So when she has to trim it down, she's packed on some muscle.
Yeah, but it's not.
Because you could push heavier weight. As your weight goes up, you're a little bit stronger because you're eating more calories.
Well, that's the point. People don't understand that. That's the point. The point it all has to do, the reason why you need more calories to gain muscle is not because the calories give you muscle. No. They don't aid in your muscle. The calories give you more strength.
Yes.
This is why the magic sauce is actually do a recomp so that or a lean bulk or whatever, do a recomp, keep a small deficit so that you are having a decent amount of calories.
Yes.
You bump up your activity, like your steps, bump up your step goal so it creates more it creates more of a burn, right? And take creatine for the strength.
Facts.
So instead of having to increase calories for the strength that will result in more body fat during that process, instead opt for creatine, and that will give you more strength. Or take it a step further if you really want to get optimized, go to Transcend and have them recommend a peptide for you that will help you increase strength and speed up recovery. So that is how you put on muscle without body fat because you have a little, a tool in your toolbox and you use that tool to help you. It has to be the only way that I was able to get off this body fat in this year without sacrificing any muscle. In fact, I put on a little bit of muscle in the past 3 months. My lean muscle went up a little, even though my workouts have suffered. The only thing I can attribute that to is the 5-amino 1MQ because I've been on the 5-amino for 4 months.
Oh.
And exactly that time.
I just started mine, probably
it's a pill too.
Month ago.
So easy.
Yeah, maybe a month ago or so I just started mine.
The 5-amino is a great entryway into the world of peptides because it's just a pill. One pill you take every day.
Yeah. I mean, results do the talking, and you got the results. And I personally watch you. You haven't been working out that much. Or walking like you used to on the treadmill for hours. It's pretty amazing. But you've been on point with your eating. That's what
100%.
You've been really on track. And you just went out of town to San Diego. Let the record show for what? 4 days? 3 days?
4 days.
Traveling and everything, and you stood in.
I came home. I lost that week.
That's usually rare.
I lost,
mean,
and I enjoyed
not
myself.
usually. That is rare. You don't lose weight when you go out of town. That's rare. I think only one time that's happened is we went to Vegas. We really didn't eat.
I don't remember, but I still, had the things that I wanted. There were certain things in my head that I wanted when I was there. I had my taco stand. I had my, what else did I have? What
You
was
were mindful.
the acai bowl. I was just mindful.
You didn't go crazy.
But I had what I wanted. That's the key.
Yeah.
That is the key. And not to fixate, back on the whole thing with the social media. So be careful of people that these influencers out there that make these like sensationalized blanket statements.
Please.
I mean, it's what happens with every fad diet, right? Keto diet.
Oh my goodness. Remember that?
Carbs were like the villain, this
Right.
and that. Those freaking continuous glucose monitors that suddenly everyone's wearing.
Oh my God. Or ketones. I never once tested my ketones when I was on keto. Remember that?
Yeah, I did. I was obsessed with it.
You did that.
See? And that's why I quit keto though. Because I started to feel myself like, ooh, I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of like, I'm freaking out. I want to run home and check my ketosis status because I had a couple French fries off your plate at the restaurant.
Yeah, no.
That is not a healthy relationship with food. You should be able to have a couple of French fries and not panic.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I just talked to my client yesterday and she said she has a friend. She did the whole keto, had success, but then once she got off of it, she gained the weight back and then some.
Yeah, you know what I call that? Not success.
It's not.
That's not success.
And you remember my dumb ass would say that too? Remember, babe, keto
I
works
used
for
to
me.
annoy. Oh my
I
God.
know.
It used to irritate me so bad.
Because that's how I didn't know about macros. That's the only thing I knew about
Yeah.
it that worked 100%.
Because you used to say that. I'm like, no, it worked for you because I had you on keto, but I had you on macros.
Yeah.
You were not on, remember, because you were on at first the keto that didn't track macros and you were
Yeah.
like, I'm not losing weight. You lost weight the first week and then it stopped coming off.
Well, it's
and you
because
were
water weight, because the carbs.
yes,
But I was overeating fat way too much in my coffee. Those power coffees. That was
it's a
dumb.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, listen,
what
extremes
happens.
don't work. Overcorrecting doesn't work. Extremes don't work.
No.
Fixating, like over fixating on every little thing, it's a rabbit hole. If you let yourself go down that rabbit hole, suddenly, you're going to be, what is that called? Like just neurotic.
Yep.
You become neurotic. And then you either,
Then you spaz out eventually.
yeah, then you have to escape it and stop doing it altogether. Or, you're just going to be a crazy person. It's not going to end.
No.
You'll start obsessing. It's kind of like a germaphobe. It's like a phobia. It's
It is.
creating phobias.
It is.
Right? So germs are bad. They're bad. You don't want to get germs. You want to wash your hands and not catch germs. But when it becomes a phobia, when you're afraid to touch this and, I'm not going to touch that because someone else touched it.
Oh my God. Or the receipt from the grocery store because it has some chemicals on the ink. Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's
what are
like,
we doing?
now they're wearing gloves. Now, exactly.
Yes.
So Dr. Andrew Huberman, this is another good example. He said, yes, that's a problem. For someone who's at a check stand, who touches receipts 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, they shouldn't do that. Your weekly grocery shop or the random stores you go through and you get a receipt for 2 seconds and you throw it in your purse.
That's it.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Don't get gloves. Don't grab.
Or how about in 2020 when we got deliveries from Amazon? Everybody spraying Lysol on the bags or the box because they thought, the CVID was living on that. How we're going to look back at time and like, how dumb were we?
But this is why
Jeez.
social media creates it. A lot of the
goodness.
social media influencers create.
I hate that word. I hate them people too.
What?
Social media influencers.
But what
A lot of
if
them are
you're?
cringe.
What, aren't you considered a social media influencer? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm a coach.
Yes. I don't want to be lumped in with these dumb dummies.
I'm a coach that creates content.
That's it.
That's what I want to be.
I'm going to post that. I like that. I'm a coach that create content.
There you go.
Don't lump me in with these influencers.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.
See ya.